So, but Ted, what's the process that you tell your people to go through? So do you just tell them make a post about something on LinkedIn on a daily basis, twice a day? Like what's the formula, for success as it relates to, do they put up technical content? Do they put up, more inspirational content? I mean, like what is your strategy? You got to have some kind of strategy, right?
Absolutely. So there's a couple different strategies all in play. There's short-term strategies, there's long-term strategies, but everything needs to be centered around lead generation. Everything needs to be centered around return on investment. So if you're looking to play the long game, and we've been doing this for several years, so I think we're doing a pretty good job. You got to get a following first and foremost. You got to get an audience. And in the machine tool industry, you're not necessarily going to get an audience of people, maintenance managers, or maintenance supervisors or engineers. These aren't the people that are on LinkedIn. They're not on Instagram,
is that your
YouTube.
target? Is that your target audience?
Maintenance supervisors, that is our number one target audience.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to get that
But
clear.
you don't feel that they're on LinkedIn.
They are on LinkedIn, but getting to them can be tricky.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you know how the logarithm works, which I don't know exactly how it works, right? But by doing trial and error and by tracking our results, tracking leads, and tracking what we're doing, I do have a pretty good understanding based on results. Okay. So if I reach 100,000 people or 1 million people in posts, and we reach several million people a year. We just had a couple of posts on one day that reached over 500,000 people. Oh, wow. So let's take a look at that one post. On that post that I sent out to 500,000 people, if it's very product specific and it's reaching my target audience, it's going to generate leads to some extent, right?
To some extent.
To some extent.
By people that comment and like. Right.
But a post that is more generic and more, let's say, positive and has a bigger reach to a bigger audience is going to get more likes and more comments. Therefore, it's going to get distributed by the logarithm to more people. Therefore, although it's not my target audience that is necessarily liking it and commenting on it, it's making it go out to more people. Therefore, I'm reaching my target audience more. And most people do not understand that.
But I've heard that a lot of the social media platforms punish you for being too vacuous on your posts. So when I'm posting for Car Machine, I try to make my posts extremely manufacturing centric. So LinkedIn recognizes that this is my industry, this is my target, this is the world that I live in, and it's going to attract people from within the industry. Like all the people that try to connect with me are, I would say 95% of the people that try to connect with me to make a new connection are from industry. And I believe that it is because of the algorithm within LinkedIn that is, because I'm so niche on my posts that it's creating. So you're thinking about it a little differently.
Yeah, so this is kind of interesting because I would say both of you have been successful on LinkedIn, but you're kind of taking opposite approaches to this.
I would say that I'm trying to maximize it in a different way than Jim is. Let's say Jim has 5,000 connections on LinkedIn.
7,000.
Okay. So Jim has 7,000. I have 30,000.
I know.
Okay. So and you maximize at 30,000. So out of my 30,000, maybe only half of them are industry decision makers or associated with machine tools.
Yep.
So although those 15,000 are decision makers, or let's even say that we're matched evenly at 7,000, because that would be a more compelling argument, what have you.
Whatever.
For what I'm trying to get at.
Sure.
So let's say that 23,000 of mine aren't. If those individuals are liking and commenting on my posts, LinkedIn is then going to make it go more viral.
Yes.
So that it's going to reach the same people. Well, it's going to reach more people.